And good afternoon. Welcome to the Tom Taylor Sports Show. It is Hump Day over the hump and through the woods. Hey, over the hump through the woods. To a wonderful day we go. We are. Our 61st day together this week 13. I'm a nervous wreck. We're getting ready to do internet history today. The Apester's going to ask me the questions.
She's going to be on.
I'm tight on a banjo string. Woo! I'm nervous. So she's going to be doing it today.
You're going down. I don't care who's asking questions.
Wow.
You're going down.
Listen to this. 5 bells, baby. Going to the house. We're going to be playing for David Rotenberry. We're going to win it coming up here in a little while. And the Apesters.
How many times in a row you played for him? 5, 6, 7?
2. Plus 2 more. So, it's all right. Your day's coming Friday, cowboy.
Well, that's all right.
Your day's coming.
I'm not worried about it.
Oh, I'm not either.
Yeah,
no, because I'm fully confident that will not move come Friday. Now, it is going to move today, but we'll worry about that. We'll take care of that biz coming up here in about 30 minutes or so. Our show dedicated to the man who hung on the cross. We unashamedly tell you that each and every show. And so today's verse of the day to get it started out of the book of Psalms 46, verses 1, 2, 3. I am your refuge and your strength. How about that? Refuge and your strength. Even though the earth gives way, the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, do not fear. I am an ever-present help in trouble. If you get in trouble, need some help, we're a better way to go, or a better place to go than call on the Lord. I am your refuge and your strength, period. Even though the earth gives way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, do not fear. I am an ever-present help in trouble. That would be a very, very good thing to hang on to because, hey, he is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. So if you got him in your corner, what else do you need? That's in the book. All right, so lots going on. Got a thought for the day coming up later on in the show, brought to you by our buddy Larry Kaiser from Nationwide Insurance. Let's see, sports today. I want to be talking about a big deal in Nashville. Marcus Mariota is a big deal already. Turnstiles are clicking. Registers are ringing. Big deal. We'll tell you about that. College football, got a story here. Big business. Big business, college football. You know that, but I'm going to give you some numbers that blow your mind, blew mine. And then Pacquiao. We got problems with Pacquiao now.
Oh, yeah.
And then we got problems. Tiger's still moping around. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. We know a little bit more about why Miss Lindsay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's vacated.
There's a reason why she bolted, yep. Yeah, old Tiger's done it again, bless his heart. So she wants to, go ahead, leave with that.
She doesn't want to be distracted. She's going back for that gold medal. She says, I'm going to focus completely on that, on my Olympic training. You know, Tiger's taking a back seat.
Yeah, too much drama.
Yep.
So chase him all over the country, and he chasing her. She said, yep, we're going to step back and focus on career. I still don't think that's the total reason, but that's
the reason she's given.
There you go. That's the party line. That's the PR statement. So, anyway, he's still moping around, and she's moving on to work on getting the gold medal for her downhill skiing. There you go. Come on, Tiger. Buck up, cowboy. Be a big boy. Put on your big boy pants. All right, Pacquiao got problems. Now, I told you yesterday it was going to happen. Thanks to David Rotenberry, by the way. Hello, David. Appreciate you very much and your friendship. Let's see, Stephanie Fennell and Cami, I guess it's Cami Rabaran. These two young ladies have filed in Vegas in federal court. They have filed a lawsuit alleging the two were defrauded. I agree with them 120%. After paying to watch the fight, they seek class action status on behalf of anyone who bought tickets, pay-per-view, or bet on the fight. Chances of this thing going anywhere probably nil because you got a lot of folks could step up and go, hey, yeah, we win it, we rented it, we didn't get what we thought, yeah, we want our money too. It's not going to happen.
I'm sure there's a little clause in those tickets and those pay-per-views that, they don't have to give it back.
No, they don't have to. The suit comes as Nevada boxing regulators are looking into possible. Now, there's add a little twist to the story here from the Pacquiao camp here in just a second. Looking into possible disciplinary action against Pacquiao for failing to disclose the injury suffered in training for the fight. Pacquiao, who went on to lose the unanimous decision, expected to undergo surgery this week for a rotator cuff tear. Now, we talked about this yesterday. From an injury standpoint, I don't have this answer, but a rotator cuff tear for a boxer would have to be pretty, I don't know if dramatic's the right word, but it'd have to be pretty tough on a boxer.
Well, forward movement is not the issue.
I know.
The sudden abrupt stop of that forward movement might be, and bringing your arm back behind your shoulder, like you're throwing a baseball or something. That would be a problem.
Yeah.
But still, you got a torn rotator cuff or you got labral tear. It's going to be painful. It can be painful.
Yeah. Let's see. Members of the Nevada Athletic Commission want to know why Pacquiao checked no when filling out a state form the day before the fight that's asked whether he had a shoulder injury or not. He said, no, I don't. Now, here's the added twist. This has come out since yesterday. Pacquiao's promoter, Bob Arum, said earlier the injury suffered 4 weeks before the fight appeared to have sufficiently healed. Pacquiao's handlers still unsuccessfully sought to get a pain-killing shot in the shoulder in the dressing room before the fight. So, okay, if I bang this pinky finger, right, 4 weeks ago, I think it's feeling pretty good. Right before the show, I say, hey, I need a little shot here, make this thing go. Then it ain't okay.
Let me tell you.
It's not 100%.
Man-child had a labral tear
yeah.
in his shoulder, okay, rotator cuff issue, and they don't go away in 4 weeks.
There you go. And they knew that.
And I'm sorry, they just don't.
Yeah.
And you know, it takes a while. It takes a while.
Pacquiao said he re-injured the shoulder in the 4th round when he landed one of his best punches of the night against Mayweather. Re-hurt it.
That's that sudden stop.
Yeah.
Forward motion wasn't the issue. It's that sudden abrupt stop of that fist against Mayweather's head, I guess.
There you go. So, anyway, he's undergoing rotator cuff surgery this week, and 2 ladies have filed a suit in federal court. And you got to figure if they get anything, if they get 50 cents apiece, you got people going to go line up going, where's my cut? And this could really go into, and I told you yesterday, and they have every right to fight this and debate this because this guy knowingly went into that fight not 100%, and so the fans didn't get what they paid to see. It's real simple. So now whether it goes anywhere remains to be seen. My guess is not too far. But
you're going to have some high-dollar attorneys on both sides, so it's going to be interesting to see how this comes out.
Yeah, absolutely. And plus, you know, I wouldn't say he falsified the form because he didn't fill it out, but he clearly didn't check no. He checked no when he knew he was hurt.
That's falsification.
That's falsification of documentation. So there ends another little wrinkle in the whole.
And disciplinary action, what's the disciplinary? I mean,
what are they going to do to him?
You know, there's already talk about a rematch, and Mayweather's not opposed to it, evidently. Okay, he's already started some jabs, I think, on Twitter against Pacquiao. So I'm sitting there going, or Instagram, but I'm going, you know, are they going to fight in Nevada?
Yeah.
Because there's no way these people are going to
touch him again.
Oh, yeah.
No. Meanwhile, Mayweather said in a text to ESPN personality Stephen A. Smith he would welcome a rematch with Pacquiao. I will fight him in a year after his surgery. So he's already said, yeah, I'll do it. Let's do it again. So, but I'm telling you, this is going to mushroom. It's going to get ugly before it gets better. And it should. Again, the guy ripped off the general public, plain and simple. All right, let's see where we go next. College football, big business. National champion Ohio State. What do you figure, unless you've seen the article, what do you think they spent on 2 college football playoff trips this year? Give me an idea. How many millions do you think they spent?
Now say that again. What?
National champion Ohio State spent blank on 2 college football playoff trips.
In other words, they went 2 different games, 2 different venues.
Yeah.
How much did they spend on each trip?
Total. No, it's between the 2.
Between the 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's a good one. I don't know. 1.5 mil.
Higher.
Wow.
Oh yeah, you're just getting started. Go ahead. It is single digits, but go ahead.
All right, $5 million.
Lower. 4.4.
$4.4 million for 2 trips. That's
Yeah.
$2.2 million apiece.
National champion Ohio State spent $4.4 million on 2 college football playoff trips. Runner-up Oregon totaled $3.8 million.
How do you spend that much money?
That's my next question.
You charter a plane.
4.4. I mean,
there's no way that racks up that much that fast.
I mean, what? How could you
feed? I mean,
you're feeding.
I guess you got the security. You got other variables in there. I guess for the players and all. That's an awful lot of steak sandwiches.
Yeah. Let's just say they're not eating peanut butter and jelly at 4.4. No, they're not eating Spam and treating all that stuff we grew up on.
I bet there was a little bit of wasteful spending there.
Oh, it gets better. Are you ready?
Yeah.
No school spent more money on a single playoff game than Alabama. They accumulated $2.6 million in expenses for one game when they went to nearby New Orleans. Now, Alabama
New Orleans.
to New Orleans. Or in this case, if you're looking at me, you go Alabama here to New Orleans over here. 2.6. Crimson Tide sent a traveling party of 908 people.
Now, how do you – 908 people had their expenses paid?
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Yeah, really? Absolutely.
That's ludicrous.
Well, it's a wasteful spending.
Oh, it is.
To say the least. So, anyway, Alabama sends 908 traveling party to New Orleans, 197 more than any other team brought to a playoff game. Now, don't cry too much. Are you ready? Here's what they're going to get. The CFP, College Football Playoff. For each Power 5 conference, this blows my mind. This is why you got to pay these guys. CFP paid out $50 million to each Power 5 conference, plus $6 million for each team in the semifinals, obviously Ohio State, $4 million for each team in a CFP Access Bowl. The CFP also pays $2 million per game for each team's expenses. So don't cry too much because
they got it back.
Out of the 4.4, half of that was paid for by college football. We're talking about Ohio State. All right? Now, let me take it one step further here. Unbelievable. This year's projected CFP payouts. Southeastern Conference, $87.5 million. How many teams in the Southeastern Conference? 16, 8 and 8. You can do your ciphering. What's 16 into 87? Where's my Casio calculator? It's in the other room. Let's see if I can.
What, 3.5, 4 million apiece?
Let's see what we got here. What I say?
16
87.
to 16 is 32.
Hang on there. 87 divided by 16. 16 times 5 is 90.
3.5 mil.
16 times 5 is 80. So 87. This is West Virginia math ciphering on the fly. That's 80. 16 times 5 is 80.
All right. Well,
so you're talking about $3.5 million roughly, and I don't hold me to that, but per school in the Southeastern Conference. Here's your check. ACC $83.5 million. Pac-12 $60 million. Big 10 $60 million. Big 12 $58 million. Yep. So
it's all about the money.
So you tell me that we shouldn't be paying these guys something? I mean, look what these schools are making off these guys. And they get busted because somebody gives them they get put on probation or whatever because somebody bought them a peanut butter sandwich or something really crazy.
Here's one for you. Why aren't they using some of that money to offset some of the academic expenses, not just for the players, but for the rest of the student body? If it wasn't for the student body, there wouldn't be a school to begin with. So why isn't some of that money going back into the academic programs to help offset some of these higher tuition rates? They keep going up and up and up every year.
I'm with you. So, all right, let's go down one more. Let me blow your mind a little bit more, and then we'll move on. This is good stuff. All right, pick the Sugar Bowl. That was Alabama and Ohio State. All right. Top line ticket was $250 a ticket. 2,700 people bought a $250 ticket. Alabama.
That was the highest price ticket?
Well, before they start scalping.
There's no way that could have been.
The base ticket was $250. Yes.
All right.
Now, prices for the championship game. See who was in the championship game? Ohio State and Oregon?
Oregon.
Okay. Prices for the championship game sold by the teams, by the Ohio State and Oregon to their fan base. Ohio State sold 18,955 tickets. 85% of those were $450 apiece. Cha-ching. Oregon sold 80% of their 17,000 plus tickets at $450 apiece. Cha-ching. So, don't cry me too big of a river because 60. I guess the one that jumped out at me was 60. Let me go up here again. $68.5 million.
I think these students ought to band together and say, hey, all right, give me a cut.
Where's my cut?
That's right. I mean, no, do I play football? No. But if I wasn't paying tuition and going to this university, there would be no university, which means there would be no football team.
Oh, sure. I've always said they're taking advantage of these kids.
Oh, they are.
Making big bucks, and after 4 years, they're out the door now.
I still don't think they should be paying the players. I just, if you're going to give them an education which is worth roughly $300,000 over 4 years, that in itself is income.
Well, then what do you do?
So
I mean, how do these kids benefit from $87.5 million?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think that money should be put back into the school in general, and not just to the players. I think
or the athletic department, or how about the academic side of things too?
That's what I'm saying. The academic side. I mean, you got kids that are majoring in engineering. Those tuition rates are high.
Yeah.
So I mean,
How about scholarships? How about academic scholarships for those who want to go to college and can't?
That's exactly right.
There you go. Let's set up a pool and just let it kind of. What is it? What's the word I want to use? It kind of multiplies each year. There's always money there. Not a grant. What am I wanting to say? Not a scholarship. It'll come to me in a minute. But anyway, leave money in there. A grant, not a grant. Put money in there, and each year, Horace wants to go, Tom wants to go, Jim Bob wants to go and can't. There's some money in a pool of funds that you can come to our university for 4 years because we've raised this money through athletics. That's would be the logical thing, I would think. One of the things. And maybe they can go back and spend it on facilities. They need to upgrade this, upgrade that, but don't tell me they're not making big bucks because right there it is. The old boy says
black and white.
Black and white. Facts don't lie. It's the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Again, we're with you again on this Wednesday. It's Hump Day. Coming up, we got Daniel Manget from Milligan College giving you an update on the Milligan College baseball team. Also, coming up at the bottom of the hour in about 15, 20 minutes will be the one, the only, making her maiden voyage, the Apester. Going to ask the questions, the Elvis questions. Now, you know that if I don't go 5 for 5, I actually woke up this morning and think, what if I go 0 for 5? She will laugh me off these airwaves.
Well, she won't be the only one.
I know that. I understand that. I can take care of you, though. That's not a problem. But now I'll have to never hear that. Even Wyman sent me something. He's playing golf today at the St. Jude's Golf Tournament. It's like, what did he say? Good luck? What did he tell me? It was hilarious. You get this real quick. It is worth tracking it down here. What did he say? Good luck with the quiz. Don't choke. Or April will never let you live it down. Really? No kidding. Thanks, Tom. So, let's see. Okay. Let's see. Before we go to the break, got a quiz show coming up, and we're going to check in with Daniel Manget. Marcus Mariota, big deal in Nashville. 3 reasons. Number one, this is thanks to the Johnson City Press. Number one, Mariota's on this week's cover of Sports Illustrated. Ticket sales have seen a spike in the past several days. Mariota jerseys are selling like iPhones in Nashville. Number 8. Number 8. Online numbers at the Tennessean.com and TitansOnline.com are off the charts as a direct result of him being drafted. 20,000 fans showed up at LP Field on Thursday night for the team's draft party. 20,000 fans there. They haven't had much cheer about it, were they? 3-13. Let's see, were they 3-13 last year? Once he was selected, the Titans handed out over 10,000 leis because he's from Hawaii to fans there at the LP Field the party on Thursday night. Caravan went into Alabama, the Titan Caravan. Mike Keith, the voice of the Titans, said the fan turnout was as good as it's been since 2009 when the Titans were coming off that 13-3 season and a playoff appearance. So the buzz is out there. Marcus Mariota is a big deal in Nashville. Now, I'm kind of interested in him now, too. I'm not a Titans fan per se. But
well, Oakland might will just turn around and forfeit that game, not even come in town.
Who?
Oakland.
Oh, they're going to kick their tail.
No, Mariota's going to take him.
He'll be hurt by then. No. He'll be hurt by then. Somebody will cream him before the bad boys get to town. He'll get hurt anyway.
I'm willing to bet a lunch that Winston will go down before Mariota.
How do you practice? How do you throw a ball with crab legs in your pants? Ho! Okay. So, anyway, Mariota is a big deal in Nashville, and I'm kind of getting a little interested in watching the Titans now a little bit because I like this guy, and I think he's going to do good for him. See, here's the thing. When he comes to town, how many of these guys get drafted and become an overnight success? Because there's a learning curve. It's a whole different ballgame, the pros. How many guys walk right in, just take over the team and start playing?
Stephen Payton had a rough first year.
That's exactly right.
Andrew Luck had a rough first year. I mean, it's going to take some time. But
it's a different animal.
Yep.
But he's got the talent to do it. So Marcus Mariota, big deal in Nashville. The Titans are already feeling the effects of him being drafted by the folks in Nashville. Quick break. We'll be right back. Daniel Manget is going to join us, see what's going on with Milligan baseball. They're playing as we speak, live at Hunter Wright Stadium in the Appalachian Athletic Conference Tournament. He joins us next in the quiz show right around the corner here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know to update your coverage when adult children move home?
Oh, heck no. Or that you could get coverage for identity theft through your homeowner's insurance.
And that your valuables can be covered by home insurance even when they're not at home. The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show on this Wednesday, Hump Day. Thank you for being with us. Let's go right to the phone. He's there at Hunter Wright Stadium in Kingsport. Daniel Manget, the Sports Information Director for Milligan College. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Yes, sir. Last night, Milligan loses, and kind of recap that game and set the stage. What's going on today there?
Well, yeah, last night we lost 9-4 to the seventh-ranked team in the nation, Tennessee Wesleyan. It was a really good game, probably a lot closer than what the score would suggest. We had cut it to within 3 a couple of times. I think Tennessee Wesleyan was up 7-4. We had the bases loaded in the 6th and didn't get any more runs across. And then again in the 7th, I think we had 2 on and maybe 1 out and didn't get anybody across. So, like I said, a lot closer than the score would suggest.
Yep.
But today, hopefully we end up playing them again tonight. But in order to do that, we've got to win our first game, which is probably going to start here in the next couple minutes.
So Reinhardt won the first game. They beat Union 14-8. So what is Union done? What's going on with those two teams?
Yes, the first 2 games of today, our game here coming up in a second, and the one right before us, the Union game, were both elimination games. So Union's actually done. Reinhardt moves on. I think they play Bryan again, and they're in the same situation that we are. They've got to win twice against Bryan, whereas similarly we would have to beat Point here in the next couple minutes and then turn around and beat Tennessee Wesleyan twice.
So you play at 1 o'clock against Point. If you win that game, you come back and play tonight against Tennessee Wesleyan. If you lose at 1 o'clock game here, then your season's done, correct?
Right. Yeah, it's elimination games from here on out for us. We've got to win against Point and then come back and play against Tennessee Wesleyan in another elimination game. And then actually tomorrow, if we were to win both today, tomorrow would also be an elimination game. So kind of an uphill climb for us, but I think we can do it. Just got to get the hits going and everything. The
ace of the staff pitch Monday, Cody Campbell. So what are the chances you could use him? Probably not today on 2 days rest, but maybe tomorrow. Maybe 2 or 3 innings of relief. I don't think he can go start, but
I think he went either 7 or 8. I think he went 7 in the first game, which would mean that him starting tomorrow would probably be unlikely, although we could probably use him in relief. If it got to that point, if we got, close down to the 6th or 7th inning tomorrow morning, we could bring him in and, try to shut him down if we've got a lead or if we're trying to battle late in the game.
Who will you start? Again, we're talking to Daniel Manget from Milligan. He's live at Hunter Wright Stadium. Who do you start today for the Milligan Buffaloes?
Jake Watts. Jake Watts is a senior. He's not a local guy, but he's close by. I think he's from Watauga High School in North Carolina. He's had a pretty good year. I think his win-loss is probably around 5-4. I think it's close to 500. Has kind of been up and down. He started out real sharp, kind of went through a slump middle of the season, and is just kind of right there at that point where, he could have a really good outing, or hopefully it's not the other way, though.
Or he can lay an egg, is what you're telling me. It can go either way on this thing. So,
right.
Well, we hope that he has a great outing, come back tonight and play at 7 o'clock. And I guess at some point with 3 games in 2 days, then you just start throwing staff. Anybody's got an arm that can give you a couple of innings.
Right.
Haichu, Manget, Taylor, whoever you can grab out there.
Well, if they get to us, we're in big trouble.
Yes, we are. But anyway, down there last night, it was a good crowd. Milligan had a good following last night, didn't they?
Yeah, we did. I think the late start probably helped with that. Today, being a 1 o'clock game, it doesn't look like we've got as many people here as we did last night. But hopefully, if we can win here this afternoon, come back later tonight, hopefully we'll have a big crowd tonight.
There you go. Well, keep us posted. Let us know how it's going. Text me some scores I can keep up here as we're on the show and later on this afternoon. And
absolutely, will do.
Hopefully we'll be talking to you tomorrow again about another game tomorrow. That's what I'm hoping for because I'm all about the Buffaloes. Yep. So you and Haichu stay away from the concession stand, and I know Haichu likes to eat, and so keep him away from the concession stand. We'll talk to you later on. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Super job. Thank you, Daniel Manget, again, the sports information director for Milligan College, and they're going to play Point University, a team to beat on Monday. Elimination games, you heard him say. And then if they win that one, they'll come back and play at 7 o'clock tonight against Tennessee Wesleyan. And if they beat Tennessee Wesleyan, then they'll play tomorrow. So they got to win 3 games just to stay alive in this thing, which is psychologically, I would think, pretty excruciating. It's going to be very tough to do that. But, hey, that's why they play the game. So good luck to the Milligan College Buffaloes getting ready to play as we speak in the Appalachian Athletic Conference Tournament at Hunter Wright Stadium in Kingsport. I have been a bundle of nerves since she texted me the other day and said, I'm going to ask you the questions because I know that if I don't do good, it's one thing to get razzed by Weinman, but if I go 0 for or 1 for or whatever, I'm going to get hammered with this lady from here on out. Last week when I missed my first question, my first text from her was, boom. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. She joins us coming up next, the Apester on her maiden voyage on the quiz show. Next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know to update your coverage when adult children move home?
Oh, heck no. Or that you can get coverage for identity theft through your homeowner's insurance.
And that your valuables can be covered by home insurance even when they're not at home. The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show coming up. We'll check in with Dr. Barry Walton from Max Medicine Mart. Don't forget, it's Mama's Day coming up Sunday. Mother's Day also a little bit later on. We'll check in with Greg Salyer, get our weekly Reds report. And also next hour, Brandon Cross from the Bristol Dragway is going to join us because they're getting ever so closer to the Thunder Valley Nationals in June. And next month's going to be a lot of fun and pretty exciting. But, again, don't forget this weekend, Mother's Day. And if she's still living, of course, you want to stop by and get her some presents and some gifts at your Mother's Day headquarters, again, Max Medicine Mart on Center Street in Kingsport. Well, I talked to David Rotenberry the other day. He said, at least you're not hitting that buzzer button as much. So he thinks there's hope I can go 5 for 5. So I've kind of changed my luck up here a little bit. And the Apester has come on board from Bracken Paving. We've kicked Wyman to the curb today. And so the Apester is with us. Good afternoon, Sunshine. How are you?
Oh, just wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing good. Now, you were at the band concert the other night. I thought they did a heck of a job. What do you think?
Fantastic job.
I thought they did. They were awesome. Those kids work very, very hard, and I'm glad we got a chance to showcase their talents. It's still up there, by the way, on livestream.com. You just type in, and YouTube, type in Tom Taylor Productions or Sullivan South Band Concert. You can see the entirety, and it's pretty cool. Those kids work good and worked hard, and one of your children is in the band. Now, is he back next year or is he graduating?
He is. He's back next year. He'll be a senior.
You know what I liked about that thing the other night, and we'll get on to the quiz show, those kids love Mr. Carrico. It's very obvious that they really, really, whatever he gets them to do, they buy into it. They really like that guy, don't they?
They sure do.
Yeah, they sure do. So, all right, hit the quiz show theme. Here we go. We're going to play for Rotenberry. I am a bundle of nerves here because you know, oh, Lordy have mercy. Let's see. It is 1:32. I don't know what time Wyman's done playing golf, but I promise you I will get a text before the show's over from Wyman, good or bad. So, all right, Miss Abel, these are Elvis questions. How long did you study for these? You've been studying up on them?
Yeah, I've spent probably a total of 4 hours on these questions.
She's being serious. She gets into this. Yeah,
I spent Sunday on them, and then I went home last night and thought, okay, I need to redo these.
Well, I got a text from her over the weekend, just out of the blue, said, have you ever been to Graceland? I said, no. And she said, okay.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Thought,
yeah.
So I thought, uh-oh, she's already sharpening her pencil over the questions.
That's right.
All right, here we go. The buzzer and bell's ready, and here is question number 1. Tom,
okay.
Do good, son. Here we go.
In honor of Mother's Day this weekend, I'm going to ask you questions about Elvis and his mama.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Oh, no.
Okay, so Elvis's mother, Gladys,
Right.
gave him his first guitar when he was 12 years old.
So I'm looking for the age. Is that what you're saying, or was it his
You're
mama?
looking for a true or false.
Right. All right. Say it again for me, please.
Elvis's mother, Gladys,
Right.
gave him his first guitar when he was 12 years old.
Oh, gosh. Something makes me think he was 10 when he got it. Oh, gosh. I'll go true.
That is correct.
Oh! That was a stroke of luck. All right.
That's,
All right. I could have sworn it was 10, but we'll go with it. All right. So,
okay.
number 2.
Elvis set up a song publishing company called Gladys Music.
Elvis set up man, this is a good one. Elvis set up a publishing music, a song company. Is that right? Publishing song company.
A song publishing company called Gladys Music.
Oh, Lord. That's a really good question. I would think he would, but she's a trickster, this Apester lady is, so I don't – my gut says say true. I'll go with true.
That is correct.
Ho! 2 for 2. All right. David Rotenberry, hang on. I'm halfway on. Well, not quite halfway on, but number 3.
Okay. Even though his mom did not know how to drive, Elvis bought her 2 Cadillacs.
Oh, gosh. I know he bought her 1. Did he buy her 2? So the question is, did he buy her 2 Cadillacs or 1? He bought her 2 Cadillacs. I'm going to say that is false.
That is incorrect.
Oh, okay. That's stupid question category.
Boom.
Boom. Yeah.
Boom.
Boom.
Okay.
Dadgummit. All right. So he did buy her 2 Cadillacs, correct?
Yes, he did.
All right. Dadgummit.
Okay.
Rotenberry just started crying. He's like, again, I've lost again. All right. Number 4.
Okay. Elvis's nickname for his mom was Doll.
Elvis's nickname for his mama was Doll. I've never heard this. Gosh, I'm already out. Roll the dice, Tommy. I'll say that's true.
That is incorrect.
2 for 2.
Oh,
2 for 4.
Okay.
Okay, you ready for the last one?
Wait a minute. Let's see. Gator has sent me a little text. What's he say here? Let's see what the Gator man has said. He says, he's paid a compliment to the Apester. Wyman may have lost his spot. She nailed it. Thank you, Gator. That's great. All right, number 5. Here we go.
Okay. Elvis and his mom both died at the age of 42.
Ooh, that's a great question. You do good. Let's see.
Thank you.
Elvis and his mama both died at the age of 42. God, did he die at 42? I think he did. Did she die at 42? I know she had heart problems. I'm going to say true.
That is incorrect.
I'm loving this.
Okay.
2
for
5.
five.
For 5.
I'm going to do my victory dance around the building.
Wyman's doing his on the golf course.
Oh yeah, he just slung his golf club like a javelin, going woohoo.
That's right.
All right, so how old was she? Do you know?
She was 46.
Oh man, am I right? She died from a heart disease or heart problems.
But yeah.
Yeah, and so he was 42. He was 42.
He was 42, but she was 42.
God, 2 for
Sorry.
5.
Boom.
Boom. Oh, she had to get that little zinger in there. Boom.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guess what this means next week? Guess what? It's round 2 of the Apester. You're back next week.
We'll think about it.
You've done good. You've done very, very good.
Well, thank you.
You did great. So I didn't. So which ones did I miss? I missed the Cadillac.
You missed most of them.
It's easier to ask which one did you get right.
Oh,
there we go.
Yes. That's good. Okay. So what's?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Love
right.
you.
Yeah, I love you
got
too.
the first 2
All
and
right.
then dropped the last 3.
The first one got. So which ones did I get right? I got
First 2.
I know. What were the questions?
You got the guitar one right, that she gave him his first guitar.
Right.
And then you got the song publishing company called Gladys Music.
There you go. That's the only ones I got. All right.
That's right, the only one.
Let's see. Okay, got you. All right.
Sorry.
Oh, all right. Let me just slither off the phone here and keep on trucking. Thank you, Apester. Have a wonderful week.
Well, thank you. You too.
Don't pull a muscle doing that victory dance. All right.
I
So.
won't.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Good job again. Oh man. 2 for 5. Not going good. Going backwards. Okay. Not going well here in the old quiz show. Yeah. So, of course, Wyman, when he hears, he'll just pour it on. Yeah, he'll be all over it. 2 for 5. And I was smoking. I thought 2 for 2. I'm gonna smoke this thing in 3
then you
in
hit
a
the
row.
brick wall.
Yeah. Boom. I feel like I had rotator cuffs or like Pacquiao.
She set you up, man.
Yeah.
Gave you 2 softballs and then hit you.
Hit that wall. There you go. Good job, Apester. Good grief. All right, so the quiz show, I didn't get a chance to who we're playing for. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it does. American Import and Auto Repair and Oil Change that Barry's not going to get. He made us call and say, just take me out of it. Free haircut from Cherokee Barbershop and free courtesy passes from Bays Mountain Park. Man, I thought I had it. I was off and running. I had 2 in a row. I was feeling good about myself, and then the bottom falls out. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come right back. Check in Dr. Barry Walton from Action Medicine Mart. Also coming up, we'll let you know what happened last night of the NBA, the National Hockey League, and on the local scene, a lot of teams got sent home. A lot of teams move on to the regional. We'll tell you all about that coming up. We'll be later on the show here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that home insurance can keep your stuff covered even when it's not at home? Or that collisions with wildlife on the road may not be covered? And what if you didn't know you could be liable for any accidents on your property? The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Life has its twists and turns. It can take many different shapes. But a good retirement plan changes with your life. And as we talk about what you're putting away and how much you'll need to retire, what was uncertain becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back with the Top Dollar Sports Show. Thanks for being with us again on this Wednesday afternoon. Again, we just suffered through a 2-for-5 disastrous quiz show opportunity with the Apester, who is, I guess, right now doing her victory dance around the complex here at Bracken Paving, Bracken Asphalt Maintenance. You know, you enjoy this way too much over there.
Well, listen, I keep telling you over and over and over again,
yeah,
Elvis is not your forte.
No.
You're going to dive.
Yeah. All right, let's see what's going on here at the phone. She's ringing in, ringing out, having fun, having – all right, I don't know. We'll just have to come back to them later. So, got to move on. NBA, let's run down for you, see what we got. We'll check in Dr. Barry Walton here in a few minutes. Last night, Golden State, Memphis, the Grizzlies win. Even that series, I went 2 for 5. Just not setting well. Not setting well. And she says, sorry. And then before she gets ready to hang up, she went, boom. There you go. I'm going to get her T-shirt that says, boom. All right. Memphis beats Golden State in Golden State. That series tied at 1. Atlanta defeated Washington 106-90. That series tied at 1. Tonight, the Bulls in Cleveland 1-0 the Bulls in Game 2. LeBron says it'll be a different outcome. Clippers will be in Houston, and L.A. leads that one 1-0, the best of 7 in the NBA. And the National Hockey League, we skate last night. Chicago skates past Minnesota 1-0. The Blackhawks lead that series 3-0. Looks like getting ready to close out the Wild. Anaheim and Calgary, the Flames win, and now Anaheim leads that one 2-1. Tonight, skating on the ice, the Rangers at Washington. Montreal, the Canadiens in Florida to skate against Tampa Bay in Florida in the National Hockey League playoffs. So there you go. Baseball from last night. Reds beat Pittsburgh 7-1. Redlegs now 7 out, even though because the Cardinals continue to win. Cardinals with the best record in baseball, 20 and I forgot to take the Blue Jay pennant down. 20-6 are the Cardinals. We're not following the Blue Jays now, are we?
I guess not.
No, since
they're doing about as well as you are on the quiz show.
They're 4.5 out, 13-15. Friday's your day, babe. Friday's your day in the barrel. Just remember that. You can giggle all you want, but Friday is your day. So
that don't bother me like it bothers you.
No, it's not bothering me as much as I'm over it. So let's see.
You went
Reds
2 for 5.
Yeah, 2 for 5. I went 4 for 5 yesterday. So Reds beat Pittsburgh 7-1. Miami over Washington. Mets beat Baltimore. Atlanta shuts out the Phillies 9-0. Dodgers over Milwaukee. Cardinals beat the Cubs. Arizona, Colorado rained out. In the American League, Yankees over Toronto. Mets beat Baltimore. Boston shuts out Tampa Bay 2-0. Kansas City over Cleveland. White Sox beat Detroit. Oakland over Minnesota. Texas beat Houston, and the Angels win over Seattle in the American League. So tonight, Mike Leake on the hill for the Redlegs in Pittsburgh. 7:05 first pitch. Reds trying to make it 2 in a row in the series in Pittsburgh before they head off to Chicago's Kaminsky Park for a weekend series this
We've
weekend.
got a score right now if you want me to give it up.
Go ahead.
Miami is playing in the nation's capital there against Washington, and they are up 2-1 in the middle of the third inning.
Yep. And Arizona and Colorado will play a doubleheader because it got rained out. That'll start a little bit after we go off there at 3 o'clock. But Arizona and Colorado will play a double dip starting early this afternoon. Everything else under the lights except that score one more time is
2-1 Miami over Washington.
The Marlins over the Nationals. In what inning?
They are in the middle of the third.
Middle of the third. All right. Boy, I'm feeling good about myself. Or was, anyway. Thank you, Apester. Oh,
she's got your number.
Yes, she does.
I
was feeling good going into it. A little anxious, a little antsy, and now I'm just kind of like letting the air out of my balloon. So 2 for 5. You know what really hurt was she went boom when she hung up.
Right there at the end.
That really got me. That's the last thing I remember of the conversation, and it hurts. All right. Time now for the thought for the day, brought to you by our buddy Larry Kaiser from Nationwide Insurance. If you're a renter, some folks own, some folks rent. They have renter's insurance, and they do a big business with renter's insurance from Nationwide. Did you know that your landlord's insurance may not cover what's inside your home? Renter's insurance does. It's very, very important. You expect your family's cherished possessions to be there when you come home, even if you're a renter. With Nationwide renter's insurance, you can lock the door to your home and walk away feeling protected. Affordable coverage covering for renters such as fire and lightning, vandalism, falling objects, hail and windstorm, theft at the residence, having to break in, stealing your stuff, smoke damage, accidental electrical damage to appliances. All that is covered under renter's insurance. They can tailor coverage to fit your needs. Renter's insurance can replace your TV or computer in the event of a fire or break-in. What about the inconvenience of being displaced from your home because of a covered event? Loss of use coverage as renter's insurance can help you pay for additional living expenses resulting from being unable to live in your home. Coverage can be extended to also cover jewelry, watches, furs, money, coins, gold, silverware, goldware, important papers, firearms. Also, they can help you with liability issues such as someone getting injured in your home or on the property of others getting damaged. So all this is a phone call away at 282-1389. 282-1389 is the number to call. Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance. We appreciate him very much. Again, we're with Renter's Insurance, and he's a phone call away to sit down with you and help you if you are renting, and you should have renter's insurance because this is right. This question is very, very true. I know someone that had to go through this, thought the landlord's coverage covered what happened. They had a fire in the apartment complex, did not, and they were out. Did you know your landlord's insurance may not cover what's inside your home? Renter's insurance does. Again, with Nationwide and Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance. Who's that, Gator? Gator says what?
He must have said that early on. Winston will get hurt by one of his own
by his teammates. His teammate will take him out, knock him out, or whatever. All right.
I love it.
Thanks, Gator. All right, here's the thought for the day. Kindness is one thing you can't give away. It always comes back, even when they make fun of you on the quiz show. Kindness is one thing you can't give away. It always comes back. So kindness is something that always comes back. Good thought for the day. Kindness, one thing you can't give away. It always, always, always comes back. It's good stuff, and we appreciate Larry Kaiser. Again, with the renter's insurance package, 282, man, they're all over me over today. 282-1389 is the number to call, and this is something coming in from Milligan. So, by the way, you having a good – did you ride the Mistress?
Today?
Yeah.
No.
I didn't hear you pull
up.
up.
I had to go to Lowe's, so I went to Lowe's.
Okay. Let's see. Point put 2 on, nobody out at the top of the first, but Watts got 2 strikeouts and a flyout. No score. Make that the bottom of the first, now heading to the second. No score, Milligan and Point. Thank you, Daniel, for the update. So they're scoreless going to the second, they being Milligan and the Point University baseball team. Let's see. We're going to take a break. We are. This is one of those you can pull this one up here and make this happen. And when we come back, let's see. It is Mother's Day weekend. We want to be sure and tell you that. We'll try and hook back up with Dr. Barry Walton here in just a second. But we're going to go to a break here right now and see what's going on. We got more sports coming your way. We'll come back and we'll update you on the baseball and softball from yesterday and last night. As we said, some teams eliminated here locally and some teams moved on. We'll give you the baseball report coming up next right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
You want to honor your mom this Mother's Day? At Max Medicine Mart, they have everything you'll need to say thanks to that special lady. Create a special gift basket full of quality Burt's Bees products.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed.
This Mother's Day, make tracks to max.
Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 39 years, 4 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics has been recognized as the area's leading orthotics and prosthetics provider, specializing in providing high-quality prosthetics and equipment for patients who want to regain their independence, their mobility, and their confidence. They take pride in their commitment to you as a patient and look forward to serving you in the years to come. Family owned for 39 years, 4 locations, 1 family. In Kingsport on Broad Street, in Bristol, Tennessee on Highway 126, in Greenville, Tennessee on Justice Drive, and in Pounding Mill, Virginia on Short Street. 39 years, 4 locations, 1 family. And beginning June 1st, Kingsport Brace and Limb and Greenville Orthotics and Prosthetics will continue to serve you as Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. A new name, the same family. 1-800-524-4447, Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the things that owner Tim Smith is most proud of is their hard-earned certifications.
We are an ASE Blue Seal shop, which is important because what it tells the customer is we care enough to get certified, not in one certain area of cars. You have to be certified in 8 different certifications and 8 different tests you have to take, and you have to be updated on them yearly to make sure that you're up to date. We not only have one of those, we have 3 ASE master technicians here. With the ratio, it goes into a ratio, and we're a Blue Seal shop. So it tells you that we care about training and we care about knowing about your car. We want to help fix it right.
American Import and Auto Repair, West Market Street, Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program. Open 6 days a week. Call today, 913-3111. Back at the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us here again on this Wednesday. Let's see what's happening from the world of high school baseball from yesterday. And we'll start in Johnson City. Dobbins Minute bouncing back from a loss on Monday by shutting out Daniel Boone 7-0 in the losers bracket game at Cardinal Park. Indians down 29-9, who lost 4-3 to Science Hill on Monday. Despite out-hitting the Hilltoppers 10-3, will be in the region next week by eliminating Daniel Boone, who finished up 11-14. Blazers made 4 costly errors that helped seal their season-ending loss. And Jeb Lambert for Dobbins Minute did the job in limiting Boone to 4 hits and pitching the shutout. They'll play again tonight at 6 o'clock, Science Hill and Dobbins Minute. What a great night for baseball tonight. If DB wins, the teams play again. Let's see. If DB wins, the teams play again tomorrow night for the title and home field advantage in the regionals. So it's double elimination. DB wins tonight. They'll play an outright game tomorrow night. 6 o'clock tonight, they'll play that one again at Cardinal Park in Johnson City. Sullivan South scored 5 runs in the 4th inning off 3 hits, 2 walks, and 2 errors. They win 7-2 to eliminate Sullivan East. South now earning a championship game tonight at at Jayford Johnson Stadium with Unicoi County at 6 o'clock. South at 22-9, Unicoi County at 20-10. They'll play at 6. If the Blue Devils win, they'll come back tomorrow and have that outright championship game. If they win tonight, district tournament is over. Unicoi will open regional play Friday in Irwin. So that's what's going on there in the AA. So let's run down everything for you from yesterday and last night. Compliments again of the Johnson City Press and the Kingsport Times News. AAA tournament again, it'll be Science Hill and DB at 6 o'clock at Cardinal Park. AA tournament, Unicoi County and South at 6 o'clock at Jayford Johnson Stadium. Baseball, single A, you've got Dell Alex.
Still tore up.
Nah, I'm all right. Dell Alexander Field, because tomorrow I'll go 5 for 5. Dell Alexander Field in Greenville. Single A, South Green beat Hampton 3-1. Today, North Green 20-5, South Green at 13-15 at 5 o'clock. That'll be going on again in Greenville with a single-A baseball district championship. Now in softball, let's run those down for you as well. Again, these ladies deserve the obvious credit to make sure they get their names in the paper and get their names on the internet on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Let's see. You have from yesterday, AAA softball, Science Hill blanks Dobbins Minute 6-0. Volunteer blanks Crockett 6-0. Dobbins Minute and Volunteer play at 4:30 today. Lady Indians at 21-13. Lady Falcons at 24-10. That's a 4:30 game. It's an elimination game. The winner will play Science Hill tomorrow for the softball championship in AAA. In AA, from yesterday, you had Happy Valley defeating Sullivan South 12-2. Then Happy Valley turned around and upset Elizabethton 5-1. So Unicoi County and Happy Valley play tonight for the championship at Happy Valley at 6 o'clock. Unicoi County at 41-3. Wow. Happy Valley at 27-12. 6 o'clock game tonight. That's in the AA softball championship. In the single A, you have North Green's ladies winning 3-2 in 8 innings in a tight one over the Lady Rangers of Unaka. And so the championship game, University High beat North Green 16-7. So we crown a championship again for the ladies from University High. 4th straight District 1A championship for the Lady Bucks. Maddie Freeman scored 4 runs on 2 hits and a walk. Olivia Miller also scored 3 runs for the Bucks, which got a complete game effort from Lexi Crowthers. And so Abby Weem in a losing cause, 3 for 4 for North Green. So, again, University High wins it, and they're going to be home for the regional and the softball. So congratulations to the Lady Bucks from University High out of Johnson City. And also the tournament MVP was Molly Cohee. Cohee, hope I'm saying it right. Molly Cohee was 4 for 5 with a double and 6 RBIs to lead University High to a 16-7 win over North Green in the single-A girls softball championship. Then last but not least in tennis, wow, how about this? Josie Rogers from Dobbins Minute winning her 4th straight tennis singles championship. Obviously, freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior season, quite an accomplishment for Josie Rogers, who did just a bang-up job, obviously, to win that. And so she will move on down the regional. And it was really funny because she beat her best friend, a very, very close friend, Miss Testerman, in the championship. And, you know, it's got to be kind of tough to do that. But she did it. You got to do what you got to do. And so she wins it in the championship as she defeated Sarah Testament of Dobbins Minute in the singles championship 6-1, 6-1. Boys single championship, you had Andrew Morton of Science Hill defeating Stone Cozart out of Tennessee High for the boys. Single championship goes to Andrew Morton of Science Hill. And in the doubles championship, let's have that one for you too because that's pretty cool stuff. You have from Tennessee High, Matt Henson and Jacob Marshall defeating from these gentlemen are from Dobbins Minute, Caleb Pittman and Kevin Peterson. So Henson Marshall, Tennessee High wins the doubles championship for the guys. And for the ladies, doubles championship went to Science Hill. Jamison Reed and Kirsten Temple won it over a couple of young ladies from Rosser and Warden would be their last names. That would be Rose Rosser and Michaela Warden from Tennessee High. So congratulations to the Reed Temple doubles championship winner in the district doubles tennis championship, again for girls tennis here and boys tennis here in the spring. So lots going on, a lot of local folks getting a lot of deserved publicity because they work very, very hard. Quick break. We'll be right back. Move into the second hour. Again, our thought for the day from Larry Kaiser. Kindness is one thing you can't give away. It always comes back, and he's right. So we'll be right back with more of the second half of the show. You are dialed in on this Wednesday to the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that it's smart to replace washing machine hoses every 5 years? What if you didn't know that you might need extra coverage for more expensive items? And what if you didn't know that teen drivers are 4 times more likely to get into an accident? set. The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Life has its twists and turns. It can take many different shapes. But a good retirement plan changes with your life. And as we talk about what you're putting away and how much you'll need to retire, what was uncertain becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Stand by. Here we go. Here. Hang on just a second.
Okay.
Ready for hour number 2 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Here we go on a Wednesday, hump day. What is the 6th day of the month? We survived Cinco de Mayo. We're back now and ready to go. Our 6th day of May and our 61st day together here in week number 13. Let's go to the phone. He should be pretty happy. His Red Legs, I guess I'd say our Red Legs for now, winning in Pittsburgh last night. Good afternoon, sir. Greg Salyer, how are you?
I'm fine, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing good. Are you feeling better because your Red Legs got that W?
Yeah, they needed a win last night, and glad to see them pull it out.
So tell me about it. Marlon Bird's finally starting to warm up a little bit. He had a home run, didn't he? Did he have a long ball, he and Frazier?
Yeah, Marlon Bird is starting to hit the ball. You know, the average is coming up a little bit, and he's starting to hit a little bit more with runners in scoring position, and the RBIs are coming up. I think that was his 4th home run. So, you know, that's what we need to see out of left field, and hopefully that'll continue. You know, he started off pretty cold, but he's warming up, and Reds looked good last night. You know, the pitching was good. Lorenzen did a good job. Cingrani struggled just a little bit out of the bullpen, but and then Chapman, you know, he kind of worried me a little bit. Those 3 walks and then 3 strikeouts as well. So I thought he might give up his first run of the year, but that didn't happen either.
So I'm looking at the attendance. Apparently the Reds aren't a big draw in Pittsburgh. The 38,000 is max. They had 16,000 fans in the ballpark, less than half full. So they watched the Pirates lose 7-1. Reds pound out 12 hits. Home runs by Bird, Frazier. Again, for the Red Legs, Marlon Bird had a double, his 3rd of the season. So, again, do you see signs of this team coming around a little bit?
Yeah, I hope so. You know, looks like things are looking up for them a little bit. You know, Bailey going on the disabled list and going to be lost for the season with Tommy John surgery is, you know, that's not a good thing ever. But, you know, it's going to give Lorenzen, I guess, an opportunity to stick around for a while. We'll see how he can do out of the in the rotation. You know, and the only other thing that kind of concerns me right now is Cozart. You know, he had that strange injury the other day where he got hit on the index finger with a ground ball and came up bloody and hasn't played since. So, you know, he's been really hot, and I'm kind of worried that not playing consistently may cool him off a little bit. But, you know, the Reds are looking good right now. They seem to have Pittsburgh's number, so we'll see what happens tonight. But, you know, I like what I'm seeing at this point.
We're talking again to Greg Salyer. He gets our weekly Reds reports. You look at the top of the order. Hamilton, 2 hits. Bird, 2 hits and 4 RBIs. Votto, 2 hits. Frazier, 2 hits. Phillips, 2 hits. So the top 5 guys got 10 of the team's 12 hits. Jay Bruce got a hit, and Christopher Negron had a base hit. So 12 hits all told for the Red Legs, but again, the top of the order producing 5 RBIs out of the team. 7 came from Billy Hamilton, who's the leadoff man, and Marlon Bird, the number 2 guy. So that tells me you're getting some offensive production, obviously, from the top of the batting order, which you need.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why those guys hit where they hit. You know, you expect those early guys in the lineup to get on base, and then the power guys to knock them in. And you know, the the Reds have really relied on the home run an awful lot this year for their runs, and hopefully they're not going to have to do that quite as much. The thing is, they're just going to have to keep consistently hitting with runners in scoring position. I think last year they were last in the league in that, and they are near the bottom this year as well if they're not last. But that's something that they're going to have to really get consistent with, and hit better than 200 at least with runners in scoring position if they're going to win some games.
Well, and here's the sad part. The caveat of this whole thing is you're chasing the number one team in Major League Baseball right now. They're 20-6. The Cardinals are running away with this thing. They are clearly the best team in baseball. So even though the Reds are just 500, they're still 7 out, and the Cardinals continue to win. And again, you're chasing a very formidable opponent, as everybody knows. And in fact, nobody has only 6 losses in the majors except the St. Louis Cardinals. You're in a very tough division because they're the big daddies right now.
Yeah, the Cardinals are tough. The Reds have struggled against them for the past several years and have this year as well. The Cubs are, of course, looking a lot better. And, I guess I've kind of been surprised by the Pirates. Thought they might be a little bit better, at least against the Reds, because the record's not bad, but they're not playing the Reds. But the Reds sort of had their number. And, Milwaukee's been a surprise. Of course, they fired their manager and got Craig Counsell in there as their manager. So we'll see what happens with them if they can turn things around a little bit as well. But, yeah, it's a tough division. I think the National League Central, it used to be almost a laughing stock of Major League Baseball, but I think it is recognized pretty much as the toughest division in baseball at this point.
We're talking to Greg Salyer. Again, want to plug the fact that Vacation Bible School right around the corner. It's going to be here before you know it. Right around a month from now will be Vacation Bible School. Always a fun time over at Southwestern Baptist, and always had a lot of kids, right?
Oh, yeah. I love Vacation Bible School. It's going to be a great week, and we look forward to what's going to be happening that week. A lot of kids going to be running around, and a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that as we get closer. Your sermon this Sunday, what will you have for us this Sunday?
It's Mother's Day, so we're going to look at the way to treat your mother from Luke chapter 2.
Wow. All right. There are rules and regs to the way you treat your mama, right?
Yeah, we're going to look at Jesus as our example and see some of the things that he showed us, not necessarily that he said, but that he showed us as a boy on how to treat our mothers. So good example for us to follow.
There you go. Mike Leake on the mound tonight. Feel good about that with the Redlegs in Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh's kind of been a larger ballpark. I feel good about Leake pitching there more so than in Great American against them. But he's done pretty well so far this year, and look forward to seeing what he can do tonight. He's not going to blow the ball past people, but he knows how to pitch, and he's an effective guy. So we'll see what happens. He gives up a lot of home runs, so hopefully that won't happen tonight, though.
There you go. Hey, great report. Thank you for checking in with us. Keep smiling, and we'll see you. I guess we'll see you tonight, all right?
All right. See you, Tom.
Yep, super job again, our buddy Greg Salyer, the Reds Report again. And, of course, also at Southwestern Baptist Church House again. He'll be preaching on Mama for Mother's Day this coming Sunday at the old church house. And don't forget Mama for Mother's Day. We're going to be talking to Dr. Barry Walton coming up here in just a few minutes to do just that, talk about your mama for Mother's Day and where you can go get your gifts for Mom for Mother's Day. Of course, is at Mike's Medicine Mart in Kingsport. Here's a breath of fresh air. Pirates manager Clint Hurdle acknowledging that Andrew McCutchen's sore left knee has impacted his approach in running to first base. McCutchen making $10 million this season. Says, I'm sick and tired of going 0 for 4. I know I'm better than that. Now, here's what I like. Says, I'm getting paid what I'm getting paid because the way I should be playing. Right now, I'm not doing what I should be doing for the money I'm making. How many of these ball players say that? It's under mediocre right now. It's bad, and I'm not happy. Well, most of them don't say that. Most of them just take the money and run. Listen,
they do.
This guy's got a conscience.
Well, he's got some character.
Got some character. Got some starch in his pants, as my daddy used to say. He says, I feel good. I feel strong when I'm up there. I feel fine when I'm hitting. I can't sit here and say my knee is the reason. So I'm just a little bit off. Once it gets going, it's not going to stop. While I'm down, get me while I'm down because I'm coming back. But he said, right now, I'm not worth what they're paying me. That is a breath of fresh air.
There you go.
Andrew McCutchen from the Pittsburgh Pirates saying that, and I like that. Most guys wouldn't say that. Most of them say, just give me the money. He says, I'm not doing what I should do right now for my ball club. I'm going to keep on staying at it. He right now is over his last 13 games, the former MVP has hit 140. He's 7 for 50.
Wow.
I understand why he's not happy. That's that ain't MVP numbers for a guy making $10 million this season. 140 batting average. Wow. Over the last 13 games. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll reconnect with Dr. Barry Walton from Max Medicine Mart as we move on here on this Wednesday. It's Hump Day. We'll be right back with more as you listen and watch the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that it's smart to replace washing machine hoses every 5 years? What if you didn't know that you might need extra coverage for more expensive items? And what if you didn't know that teen drivers are 4 times more likely to get into an accident? So, the more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Life has its twists and turns. It can take many different shapes. But a good retirement plan changes with your life. And as we talk about what you're putting away and how much you'll need to retire, what was uncertain becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Again, our thought for the day from Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance. Kindness is one thing you can't give away. It always comes back. And he's right. Being kind to someone, you can't give it away. It always comes back to you. And you reap what you sow. And that's a good one. Thanks again to our buddy Larry Kaiser from Nationwide Insurance, who, by the way, is a customer of our friend Dr. Barry Walton from Max Medicine Mart. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Doing very well, Tom Taylor. How you doing this afternoon?
Just fine, sir. And again, our buddy Larry, his lovely bride Dale's, shops all the time at Max Medicine Mart. Loves Max Medicine Mart, he tells me. So
absolutely, always love to see a smiling face coming through the doors.
There you go. Now, we're going to make some people happy because Sunday is Mama's Day, and you've got all kinds of gift-giving ideas and different things for Mom for Mother's Day. Tell me about it.
Well, Tom, I wanted to ask you a question first. Did you know how Mother's Day actually got started?
Anna Marie Jarvis in Grafton, West Virginia. How'd I do?
You are the bomb.
There you go.
I try to throw those West Virginia trivia facts in there wherever I can.
Yeah.
Of course, my favorite one is that's where the toothbrush was invented because anywhere else it would have been called a teeth brush.
Oh!
Oh, he's singing
that
you
was
good.
Great. Man, oh, man. Can we have to go? Can we just stop now? Do we have to go on? Can I just hang up? I love it. Say it again, the toothbrush. That was good. Say it one more time.
Yeah, the toothbrush was invented in West Virginia because anywhere else it would have been called a teeth brush. So there you are. But yeah,
great.
we are celebrating Mother's Day here, and of course I still have my wonderful mother, and gratefully so. But we've got a whole lot of the Russell Stover and the Whitman's candies. Some of them are already pre-boxed and wrapped. If you wrap like I do, that's a blessing in itself. So that's something that you can get. We have a great display. Of course, some of it has already been bought, but we've got the great willow tree figurines by Susan Lordy. She always does a great job, but some of the ones that we still have in stock are the one called My Girls, the Angel of Hope. There's one called With Love, and there's one called Grandmother. So all of these are willow tree figurines that you can get here at Max Medicine Mart in the middle aisle. We also, if you have a mother that has had some health issues, you can always get her a gift certificate for here at Max, and she can put that towards anything she would like. I know a lot of the people my age, especially, have mothers that may be in need of a lift chair or just a cane to help them keep their balance, to keep them from falling. Those are certainly things that are affordable. We have a great assortment of canes out there right now, and that's a really good thing for them, because I'll tell you what, keeping their balance is a whole heck of a lot easier than it is after they fall and would have an injury such as a broken hip. So those are things that you want to look at as well. But, pretty much something for any mother of any age. We can get a great selection of teas out in Good Food Grocery. You can get an assortment. And, of course, we've talked about for years, Tom, people come in here with their little shopping baskets and make up their own little things, collections of teas for mothers. So that's something that's gone great through the years. So just basically, if you have someone you want to get something for, and it doesn't even have to be your mother. It can be just somebody that's been a mother figure in your life. Those are some things that you can take advantage of this Sunday and recognize them for all the love they've given you.
Absolutely, and so it's there, and the cards are all cards under $1.99. You mentioned some candies, and the Russell Stover candies, you can get those, and then also some that are sugar-free for moms that can't have sugar, right?
Absolutely. If you have a mother that's diabetic, we have some sugar-free candies that are just wonderful. People come from all around to get a hold of those, so that's something that's good as well. And a great selection, whether they like the chocolate candies or whether they like the hard candies. Those are things that are good that you can do for the mother that happens to have diabetes. So we've got something, like I said, something for everyone of all ages, and whatever your health situation is, we've got something for you here at Max Medicine Mart for Mother's Day.
You and I have talked about this many times off air, talking to Dr. Barry Walton. A lot of times, gift-giving, folks want something practical. I mean, folks go out and get the stuff and go, yeah, that's kind of nice, whatever. But when you give someone a practical gift, you can get those all through the store at Max Medicine Mart. And the basic, if nothing else, is get them a gift certificate that applies to anything in the store. Those are the kind of gifts that really kind of hit home because, again, you think from a practical standpoint, in this case, mom, or later on in the year, dad for Father's Day, but what would they need? What can they use? And those are things you go, man, that's very thoughtful. So a practical gift always goes a long way, doesn't it?
It really does, Tom. I cannot tell you how many times you go through your closet and you end up giving away clothes that you've actually never worn, still have the tags on it because it's just something that wasn't, you didn't feel it was right for you, but it was a gift, so you put it in your closet, but then it just hangs there. These are gifts that you can actually you can put out on the mantle, candy that you can eat. The gift certificates, of course, are just a great idea that have been used through the years because that lets the person it's intended for choose where they want to use it. So that's about as good as it gets sometimes, and it still lets the people know that you're thinking about them. So that's always the kind of the icing on the cake is just letting folks know that you care enough to recognize them on this special day.
We're talking to Dr. Barry Walton from Max Medicine Mart. Make tracks to Max Mother's Day headquarters again. You've heard the ads for the last couple of weeks by our friend Aaron, and so you want to stop by there and take advantage. Now, one of the other things just in time for Mother's Day, Nature's Way. That entire product line, 20% off the month of May. So that's a great way for Mom for Mother's Day to get in there and get some supplements that are 20% off and showcase some of those from Nature's Way. Would you please?
Well, Tom, Nature's Way, is founded in 1968, and when he first started, he had about 8 products, and now he's really blossomed out. And he that we're talking about is a guy named Tom Murdoch. He's the founder of Nature's Way. But it's just amazing the different kinds of herbs that he has. He's developed great formulations. You'll notice the Nature's Way products, they'll either have a green, a yellow, or a purple lid, and each one signifies something a little bit different. We encourage you to talk to our associates out there and let them help you pick out the one that is best for you. But just basically something for everyone in that regard as well. We've got things for blood sugar. When people get diabetic or what they call pre-diabetic now, there are things that you can get such as cinnamon. Cinnamon is actually very good to help your glucose metabolism. You can also get a product that they have called blood sugar with Gymnema, and that will help keep your blood glucose pretty much on an even keel so you don't have those wide swings that can cause irritability, and sometimes your thought process gets a little fuzzy. So those are some things you can get. They also have a product called Nature's Way Heart Care, which is geared to help support your heart muscle and your blood flow to the heart. Pomegranate, which is a great antioxidant, they've got it standardized into a capsule, so you can get the benefits and the antioxidant capabilities of pomegranate without actually having to eat the fruit if that's not something that you're so inclined to do. And they also have some great things like the diabetic multivitamin Completia, and that's basically daily support for folks that have diabetes. You get the effects of chromium, which is a good support for people with diabetes. You also have the alpha-lipoic acid, which is a great antioxidant as well. And this formulation is iron-free, which means it's good for both men and women. So the daily support there is a great way of getting that multivitamin support you need, but without some of the things that diabetics don't necessarily need. So, but there's also lots of other things. They've got black cohosh, which is a huge seller here for people, for women especially that are going through menopause and having the hot flashes. That's something that sometimes it's even hard to keep it in stock. It flies out so fast. By the time you get 12 bottles in, by the end of the day, they can all be gone. So that's something that they have out there as well. But just, golden seal is another thing that people get for digestion, ginger for digestion. All these things are Nature's Ways products, and they're in the herb section here at Max Medicine Mart. As you're coming through the doors, just take a quick left, and you'll be right there. And we've got folks out there that can answer any of your questions. And if it's something that we don't know off the top of the head, we'll research it and get that answer to you quickly. And if you want to know if one of these herbs is compatible with the prescriptions that you're taking, we can certainly help you out with that, too, back in the pharmacy. So just talk to the pharmacist. We're always available for consultations, and we can answer your questions there with regard to the Nature's Way minerals and herbs also. So take advantage of these great deals, 20% off for the entire month of May. You're not going to find a better deal anywhere.
Here's a score update again. The scoreless in the third inning. Milligan and Point University playing at Hunter Wright Stadium, the elimination game in the Appalachian Athletic Conference Tournament. So, again, they've got to win today and come back and play again tonight at 7 o'clock, they being Milligan. Right now it's scoreless in the third inning at Hunter Wright Stadium. Dr. Walton, before I let you go, again, tell me, Rita, our friend Rita, is going to be doing a tea talk in a couple of weeks at the Kingsport Town Center. Tell me about that.
Right, and for those of you that are as old as I am, you'll remember the Kingsport Town Center is the old Fort Henry Mall. But on the upper level of the Kingsport Town Center near J.C. Penney is where Indian Path has their Health Resources Center. And on May 20th, Rita Tate, who is the founder of Good Food Grocery, from 3 to 4 o'clock is going to talk about tea. And what Rita will do at that time, she'll talk about the health benefits of the different kinds of tea and how to brew the best pitcher of iced tea. And she'll also have samples of things like iced black, green, white, red, and herbal teas. So that's a great way to get introduced to a lot of different teas and maybe find out something that you will enjoy, as well as having health benefits. So that's something I would encourage anybody to take advantage of. Again, May 20th, 3 to 4 at the Kingsport Town Center, right near J.C. Penney at the Indian Path Health Resource Center. So we want to make sure that folks realize that as well.
Great report as always. Again, you're open 7 days a week. Tell us the hours you're open at Max Medicine Mart.
Tom, Monday through Friday, we start off at 8 in the morning and close at 7. On Saturdays from 8 until 6. And Sundays 1 to 5. So for all your health care needs and your Mother's Day shopping, make tracks to Max.
Make tracks to Max. Great report, my friend. Keep on keeping on. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you next week, all right?
Tom, I look forward to it. Y'all have a great one.
Thank you for the teeth brush. That was nice.
Absolutely, sir.
All right, take care. Good man right there, our buddy Dr. Barry Walton from Max Medicine Mart. Make tracks to Max. Again, it's Mom's Day. If you haven't got yours yet, right? You're still deciding what you're going to get Mama?
Yeah, we're still deciding. We're going to go down there. One thing, I will go visit my mom.
Absolutely.
So
that's all she needs.
Yeah.
To have Horace roll in there and give her a big old hug. Does she like flowers?
She likes anything I give her.
Yeah, there you go. That boy comes in, whatever he brings in, Mama says, oh, even now. And she says, that's my boy. That's good stuff. So for those of you who still have a mom, those of you who do, please do something for them for Mother's Day. I'd like to, on a personal note, I'd like to be able to do one more time something for my mom for Mother's Day, but she's in glory, and she ain't coming back. She don't want to come back. But if you still have a mama this Mother's Day, tell them you love them and show them. And, again, if you can, stop by and check out all the items that Dr. Walton's talking about at Max Medicine Mart. See what else going on in sports? In an almost complete reversal from last week, Big 12 Commissioner Bob Bowlesby said his league has little interest now in adding a conference championship game. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? Huh. He said he was. Now he says, nah, don't think I want to do it.
Well,
Conference had been the only one among the Power Five left out of the first college football playoff. It's the only major conference that does not play a conference championship game.
Their teams will suffer in the polls.
He said last week the Big 12 was at a disadvantage if it didn't add a 13th game, which means the championship game.
Yep.
Now he's changed and says, well, I think we all believe that 1 year is not long enough for trial to draw any conclusions. We may find ourselves in better shape than some other conferences as a result of our model rather than in spite of our model. I guess model being a 13th game. He met with athletic directors yesterday morning and coaches yesterday afternoon in the league's spring meetings and says, nope, we're not going to have a championship game. So now this is, remember in the Big 12, they were upset when TCU dropped from number 3 to number 6 in the final rankings despite beating Ohio State by 52 on the last day of the season. So as a result of that, all they can go by now is the rankings, and they can't determine a conference champion at this point because they're not going to do it. So I think that's interesting. That why would you not? I mean, because you're right. You're exactly right. It's going to hurt your team and hurt your conference as far as that money we talked about earlier in the show. So anyway, he says he's out. He's not out, but he's not interested in doing a championship game in the Big 12 conference, which proved to be a pretty good football conference. Those guys pretty good. Yep. TCU and Baylor, and they had some Texas Tech and some of those other teams got a pretty good conference. What else going on?
I've got a story. NFL has released a report today.
Uh-oh.
The NFL investigation released Wednesday, which is today, said that New England Patriots employees likely deflated footballs used in the AFC Championship. That quarterback Tom Brady was probably at least generally aware of the rules violations.
Really?
So, yeah. They began the investigation after the Patriots defeated the Colts 45-7 on January 18th. That's when the Colts complained that the several footballs were underinflated. Brady says he prefers footballs inflated to 12.5 pounds per square inch, which is the bare minimum. But the NFL report said it was more than probable that Jim McNally, the official's locker room attendant, the official one, and John Jastrzymski, equipment assistant for the Patriots, were involved in a deliberate effort to release air from the footballs after they were examined by the referee. And the report includes text messages between McNally and Jastrzymski that imply Brady was requesting footballs deflated below 12.5 pounds per square inch.
So they knowingly did it?
Yeah.
Now,
of course, I've said that all along.
Well, right. But now the question is,
this is an NFL report now.
Let's connect the dots. So old Tom down there and the pumping up the footballs as the trainer, whatever I am. Okay. Does that mean Brady knew it and Robert Kraft knew it and Belichick knew it? Do you think these guys knew it?
The report says that Belichick was probably unaware, and of course the higher ups were unaware of what was going on. They kind of implied that this was kind of between the locker room attendants and Tom Brady.
Brady knew.
Brady knew.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let me go down that road with you again. All right, Kate, let's use these microphones right, these headsets. Yeah. Okay. I use these every day. Been wearing these for 35 years. If I put these on today, I can tell you that something's wrong with them. You know, if there's a wire loose, there's a short, there's a fuzz in or something, hey, wait a minute, these aren't right. Tom Brady, as many times he's picked up a football in his career, he picked up that football in the Super Bowl and went, this doesn't feel right. I guarantee it. You can go out and play basketball. You can go out and play softball. You can pick any sport that you play on a regular basis. I went and shot ball the other day on Saturday, picked up the ball, started dribbling, thought, there's not enough air in this ball. So I just knew. This guy knew those footballs were underinflated.
Yeah. Belichick, that's why he wanted them.
Sure. Belichick, maybe not. Robert Kraft, I think he's probably far removed. But
if Belichick knew, he didn't care.
Yeah. Well, that may be true, too. But Tom Brady knew.
Tom Brady knew.
Had to know.
And, of course, they fall short of actually accusing them of doing it. They said, the report said the employees likely deflated the footballs. What are you going to do? These are Super Bowl champs.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, of course, it's all water under the bridge. So what are they going to do? But this just goes to show you that this team, of course, they're on my list.
Right.
Year after year after year, something comes up that points their finger at them. Now, I'm sorry, where there's smoke, there's usually fire. So, you know, if it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, and looks like a duck.
It's probably a duck.
It's probably a duck.
There you go.
So, you know, this is the New England Patriots, and they are not an honest football team.
There you go. Well,
period.
Brady knew.
Brady knew.
Yeah. Now, on the flip side, I will admire Tom Brady. For whatever reason, he didn't go to the White House. You and I differ on that.
Yeah.
But he didn't go. He said, I don't believe.
Well, he did it for personal reasons. He didn't, not for the same reasons that I wouldn't have gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
didn't want to go.
No.
So whether he believes in what's going on in the White House or not, he just didn't want to show up.
He's just arrogant.
There you go. He said, I ain't going. Probably woke up and the alarm clock said,
and he didn't impress me by not going.
Yeah.
So.
But he knew about this Deflategate, I guarantee it. Now, the question will be, now the NFL report says somebody did it. They've conceded that.
Oh, these two guys are gone.
Let's take it a little bit farther. What can happen to the team? Is there any penalties, any financial?
Nothing.
Okay.
What's happened in the past?
Nothing.
No. It's the same old same. You know, I'm not saying there are not other teams out there that do the same thing and get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that New England gets caught all the time because they're against that stupid. I don't know.
Or they're arrogant.
Or they're arrogant.
They don't care.
And they don't care. But if you get caught, generally you want to mend your fences and change your ways so you don't get caught again, and try to improve on your reputation. But
so you don't think anything will happen to them?
No.
All right. We'll see. Time will tell. But so far, it's kind of went away all of a sudden. I don't know why now. They said,
they released this is the middle of the offseason. That's why they're releasing the report now.
Yeah. Why didn't they do it during the Super Bowl?
They knew this information long ago.
Oh, absolutely. You better believe it. They could have probably made the same statement Super Bowl week. They're not going to touch it.
No.
So, quick break. We'll come right back. We're due to be joined by Brandon Cross from the Bristol Dragway. Working our way through this Wednesday. We shall return on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that it's smart to replace washing machine hoses every 5 years? What if you didn't know that you might need extra coverage for more expensive items? And what if you didn't know that teen drivers are 4 times more likely to get into an accident? So, the more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Life has its twists and turns. It can take many different shapes. But a good retirement plan changes with your life. And as we talk about what you're putting away and how much you'll need to retire, what was uncertain becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, being heard in 10 states. Thank you very much, and we appreciate that. And tell you what, if you don't have your tickets, you better get them. We're going to talk about Thunder Valley Nationals coming up, Bristol Dragway Father's Day weekend, and we'll do that coming up here in a few minutes. But first, let's bring him on, the director of the Bristol Dragway Complex, our buddy Brandon Cross. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Just fine, sir. We'll talk about the drags coming up here in a few minutes for Thunder Valley. Tomorrow night, street fights. Folks have no clue what this is about. This is a lot of fun at the Dragway at Thunder Valley. Tell me what's going on tomorrow night.
You're right. It is a lot of fun. And, tomorrow we've got another street fight scheduled where it's gates open at 5. We start running at 6. And just a quick reminder about street fights. It's an event that anybody can not only watch but actually participate in. It's not really a race. You're out there just making laps down the legendary Thunder Valley to one, to say you've been down the track, or two, to see how fast your car can go, or maybe even if you want to set up a little race with your buddies. So it's only $10 to race. You make as many passes as you want. Only $5 to watch. It's a lot of fun. Tomorrow we actually do a little it's called our Power Hour, where we open it up to some of the guys that take it pretty serious. They're still street legal cars, but they're more race cars than they are street legal. Where these guys come out and they let them qualify, and then we let them have their kind of own race. So you get a chance to either come out and watch or run your own vehicle, but you also get to see some very impressive fast cars as well.
Yeah, and again, it starts tomorrow night. Again, gates open at 5. Everything gets going at 6. $5 to watch it, $10 to be in it. I would think tomorrow night weather's going to be perfect. Be a beautiful night to get out there in Thunder Valley and watch some folks have a big time, right?
Absolutely. You're right about the weather. I mean, this whole week's been gorgeous, and looks like tomorrow's going to be a great night.
Yep, and it all starts again at 5 o'clock. Street fights again at Thunder Valley. We're talking to Brandon Cross, and fast forward the tape. We get ready for, I know you guys are working very hard. Ticket sales are going very nicely for what's coming up Father's Day weekend. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's coming quick. Father's Day weekend, June 19th through the 21st. It's kind of if you've never been, it's the drag racing version of our NASCAR race, on the drag racing side. It's the big show. It's the biggest event in all of drag racing. It's unbelievable to watch. It's something that everybody needs to come and experience. But you're right, we're working hard towards that, and a lot of things going on, preparing for it, and just one of the most unique things and toughest things about this event is explaining it to people that have never been before, because it's one of those deals where television just doesn't do it justice, and or somebody just trying to explain two cars racing each other that both have 10,000 horsepower and they're reaching 300 miles an hour, in less than 4 seconds. So it's one of those deals you just got to come, feel it, hear it, smell it. It's an unbelievable experience. It's great for everybody involved, for families. It's a great Father's Day tradition for people to build on. We got some really cool things going on around the event. Friday, one of the cool things about Friday is we do qualifying for the Top Fuel and Funny cars, which those are the fastest cars out there. We do the qualifying under the lights. So it gets dark, turn the lights on, and when these guys take off, you see these huge flames coming out of the headers. It's just an unbelievable experience. On Saturday, racers continue to qualify after the event. We do a fan fest, and one of the cool things about NHRA drag racing is how accessible the drivers are and the pits. I mean, that's another deal. When anybody that's got a ticket to the event, that's also a pit pass. It's not an extra cost. You can sit in the stands, and then you can go walk through the pits, watch these guys rebuild their engines pretty much after every pass, and also the drivers are right there signing autographs. And even Saturday after we're done, we'll have 20 or 30 of all the big names in the sport come out and just do free autographs for everybody. I mean, it's really cool. On Sunday, something really cool. Anybody that's got a ticket to Sunday's event, you can come out and walk the track. Before the racing begins, we call it our Father's Day track walk. A few of the racers will join them, but they'll come out and you'll walk down the racetrack with these racers, and they kind of explain that kind of every different increment down what's going on in their race car, but you actually get to walk on the track that they're getting ready to race on. So not only there's racing great, but it's really a full experience that you get to take yourself, your family. It's a great Father's Day gift. There's nothing like it.
We're talking to Brandon Cross again from Bristol Dragway. All points well put, and yeah, you nailed it. One of the other things, too, we talked to Julie during the Bristol Live show back during race weekend. Julie from helps out there at the Bristol Dragway, obviously. And she made a good point, the fact that, Danica Patrick's kind of the female role model for the girls of NASCAR, for the ladies. But in your sport, NHRA, there's a lot of females, and a lot of the young ladies kind of look up to them as role models. And it's a chance for the Force girls where they can kind of relate and adapt to little ladies that come up and want to meet them as a role model, right?
You're right. NHRA has always been a very diverse sport from the very beginning, and even more so now, which is really, really something. I mean, you have a woman participating in each one of the professional categories, in NHRA events, from Top Fuel to Funny Car to Pro Stock. And not only are they participating, but they're winning. They're doing really good and continue to improve. And it's, you get a lot of, they all have a lot of fans. So you're right. It's something that's very unique, especially in motorsports, to where the girls are out there representing it and putting it to the boys.
And yes, they do. Matter of fact, in honor of our interview, I've got on my head my Bristol Motor Speedway autograph by John and Courtney Force ball cap, which is pretty cool. So, these guys and ladies are the stars of the sport. Again, the Bristol Drags coming up, Thunder Valley Nationals, June 19th to the 21st. How do we get tickets right now? Because you told me off air tickets are going very fast. So how do we get tickets?
Yeah, get tickets, it's real easy. Either call our ticket office at 423-BRISTOL, or you can go to ThunderValleyTix.com. That's ThunderValleyTix.com, and all the tickets are available there.
There you go. Great report, my friend. Thank you. Tomorrow night, Street Fight starts at 5 o'clock, gates open. And the racing starts at 6, $10 to be in it, and $5 to watch it, right?
You got it, buddy.
Great report, my friend. Hey, we'll talk to you next Wednesday, all right?
Thanks, Tom.
Yes, sir. Super job, Brandon Cross in the Bristol Dragway, and we appreciate him very, very much. It is the Tom Taylor Sports Show here again on this Wednesday. Got a story out of, Ohio State coach Urban Meyer scheduled to follow in the footsteps of Penn State's James Franklin. Throw out the first pitch, the Yankees-Baltimore game at Yankee Stadium on Friday. How about that? Is that good? Yeah. Is that exciting? Care less. Yeah.
You saw my enthusiasm, didn't you?
There you go. I still plan on participating in the event despite having an unplanned appendectomy on Wednesday, did Urban Meyer. So, which would be today, right? Maybe last week.
Yeah.
Wouldn't know today. It was last week. By the way, I got a nice text from David Rotenberry. Says, as far as the quiz show, Taylor has 2 base hits followed by 3 strikeouts. I don't think it's going to help his statistics.
No.
Thank you, David. I'm trying to win for you. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. So, anyway, Urban Meyer throwing out the first pitch Friday night. Yeah, who cares? You're right. So, let's move on. This is more. Got to be something else. Here's one says, probable that Tom Brady conspired with the staffers to deflate the footballs.
We just talked about that.
Yeah, so that's probably that's a given.
Anything happen?
No. It's going to happen?
Now you know why he's on my list, why the team's on my list.
Yeah, because
they're dishonest.
They're just dishonest. All right. We'll take for our final break.
You're impressed about that, too, aren't you?
Yeah, right. So, by the way, let's run down that list. I haven't done this for a while. These are the folks he doesn't like.
Have issues with.
And don't like. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Denny Hamlin, Jameis Winston, Alex Rodriguez, Gino Arimara from UConn, the Florida State Seminole program, the Tampa Bay Buccaneer program, Rock Group's making old comebacks. I don't want to tell him Alabama's back out on tour.
Well, as long as they don't put out some new stuff and try to go out there and act like a bunch of young bucks, but, I just don't see it happening.
Schools and snow days, that got him back in the school and snow days. What was the problem with school and snow days?
Well, it flurries around here and they call off school.
Oh,
it gets too cold to call off school. I mean, it's ridiculous.
All right, Barry Bonds doesn't like Barry Bonds, doesn't like Josh Hamilton, doesn't like the sport of soccer, doesn't like Mike Tyson, doesn't like Jimbo Fisher, doesn't like Roger Goodell, doesn't like the athletic director at UT, Dave Hart.
Well, he tried to redeem himself with this last coaching pick.
Is he off the list?
Well, I won't say he's off the list yet, but he's not on my toward the top. I mean, I'll give him a little bit of break. But he's from Alabama. Now, come on.
This is in no particular order, I think. I don't know which one.
I told you to put Tampa Bay and Winston up at the top.
Okay, I did right ahead of Junior. All right. It doesn't like Virginia Tech football. Why do you not like the Hokies?
What's a Hokie?
Doesn't like the New England Patriots. Doesn't like Mark Cuban. And now he doesn't like Bo Ryan, the coach of Wisconsin, because he cried.
Oh, he's a wimp. Okay. He's a whiner.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to sit it back over here. That's Horace. So, Bo Ryan is a crybaby and a wimp. All right. And why was it you didn't like? Okay, I know Jimbo Fisher. I know Barry Bonds. Okay, I guess the rest of them are pretty self-explanatory, except the old comeback groups. I don't understand that.
It's not that I don't like the bands, okay, and their music. It's great. But
the old music.
I mean, that's – but when they come out here and they're 15, 60 years old and they're trying to go on tour and act like they're 25 and 30,
right,
it doesn't work.
Case in point, today's birthday boy. There's 2 birthdays I meant to talk about earlier in the show. Willie Mays, 84 today. Say hey, Willie, 84. And rock and roller, who's out on tour, my dad, Bob Seger, who is 70 today. So,
but he's not filling out stadiums. I mean, he's not out there trying to.
Well, he's on tour.
Well,
he's trying to fill stadiums. That's the goal, to make a little money out of it. So
it ain't gonna happen either.
Yeah, I'd go see him. I'd go watch him. Beach Boys are coming next month to Niswonger Performing Arts Center.
Well, look at the venue.
Yeah,
Niswonger versus Thompson Bowling Arena and Garth Brooks. There's a big difference there.
Well, you're talking 2 different animals, too.
Well, that's
Beach Boys and Garth Brooks.
But, these old rock groups that want to try to be Garth Brooks and fill these stadiums, it's not going to happen.
Oh, no. The Oak Ridge, Beach Boys are going to be down in Niswonger. I don't know how big the place is, but they'll put on a heck of a show. Your argument is they shouldn't be trying to sell out Thompson Bowling.
No. And like, case in point, they had the Rolling Stones on Super Bowl a few years back.
I knew this was coming. And when he dashed right,
Mick Jagger's out there and
his
on
arms
that stage,
are flapping.
It was pathetic. It was downright ugly.
Every time we bring this up, he was out there, and the skin was hanging off his arms, and he's flapping in the breeze like chicken wings, right? Mick Jagger.
He was ugly to begin with. Now he's in his 60s and 70s, and it makes it even worse.
Anyway, Horace doesn't like old rock bands trying to make comebacks, so
let it be, man. They went out on top. Let's not try
Just
to
let it go.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm assuming you wouldn't go see the Rolling Stones.
Heck no.
No, not
That's a bunch of dopers, anyways. And everybody that went to see him probably was a bunch of dopers. Why would I want to go be a part of that?
Oh, Bill, that was a pretty big swath you just cut there, big guy.
Well,
So
I'm sorry.
You nailed the band, and you nailed the guy, and the people went to the show. The dopers.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But I don't pull punches. I'm not a politically correct person.
But then I hear that, like, Fleetwood Mac came to Knoxville in March and put on a heck of a show. In fact, people went and said it sounded just like the old days. They were that good.
And I'd say probably everybody out there was the same age as the band.
Yeah. They sold it out.
Well,
it was a sellout crowd of an old rock band.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're making a comeback.
But they weren't.
I
say they weren't trying to make a comeback. They were doing their old stuff.
They were doing their old stuff.
Okay.
Sure.
So
yeah.
there's a little bit of difference there.
Okay. So you didn't go see Fleetwood Mac either.
No.
Not going. Who would you go see right now? Who was somebody besides Barry Manilow? That's who used to recording music back in the day.
Oh,
who would wow you to the point you'd say, okay, I'm going to plunk down some money and see if they still got it like they used to have it.
Oh man, I don't know.
You don't like Bob Seger? You told me that just now.
I like his music. I didn't say I didn't like him. I just said,
Well, okay, let me rephrase it. Who would you go see if I paid for your ticket and said you and Mrs. V go watch one of these old rockers and see if they still got it?
Mrs. V wouldn't go anyways.
All right, forget that. Then you go. Go by yourself.
By myself.
Drag me with you.
I'm not going to a.
Well, drag me with you.
I'll tell you what, though, I would take my wife to see Neil Diamond.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and Neil Diamond, he was a crooner, baby. I mean, he still got it on that. He does not he's not doing stuff new,
right?
And we're not looking at selling out of stadium,
right?
But if he was at Niswonger, I'd take her down there in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
Neil Diamond.
Okay, Neil Diamond. Who else?
I don't know.
Well, who are the people you listened to growing up? Doobie Brothers,
Doobie Brothers,
Chicago, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Beatles. I don't know.
Creedence Clearwater Revival,
CCR. All right, you'd go watch them. So
Little River Band, I enjoyed Little River Band.
LRB, all right.
Yeah.
Lonesome Loser, and that explains why on Bristol Live there's a whole category. I got up to that day, and I looked over at Cody. I said, "There's 25 Little River Band songs in here." I said, "Horace must like Little River Band." I said, "I guess he does." That explains it. Okay, and that's good. They're a good group. So, but anyway, Bob Seger having a birthday today. 70 candles on his birthday cake. Old time rock and roll. I mean, that is.
I saw an article. I forget where it was. Maybe on Fox.com, FoxNews.com, where there is a procedure that scientists are nearly at that genetically they can try and extend your life. I mean, they're going to reverse the aging process. And there was a quote by somebody that says, it's not too far-fetched to think that right now there is a person that is born and living today that might live to be 1,000 years old.
Nah, ain't going to happen.
I'm just telling you what I read. It was in a reputable news source.
The man right there is in control.
Well, I know that.
And I don't think
I know that, but I'm just saying,
well, I say that. Some of the folks in the Bible lived a long time, but I don't see that happening. So what is it, genetics and all this other stuff?
I guess it has something to do with genetics and reversing the aging process.
Okay. Is that what's that thing Michael Jackson tried to sleep in, that that tube.
Who knows? Michael Jackson tried to surgically repair himself.
Or something he tried to sleep in and extended his life. Some kind of an oxygen chamber or something. So
I think he plugged it into his nose because he didn't have one.
You're on a roll today. All right, before we go to the break, we have an updated story. Patriots owner rips the Deflategate report, says there's no hard evidence to this. Robert Kraft says it's all hogwash. Let me read this for you before we go to the break. Robert Kraft, who says, nah, don't think so. Don't think there's anything to this. It's a bunch of hogwash. So, again, the very latest, independent investigator Ted Wells finally released his much-anticipated Deflategate report today. Less than 5 minutes after the report was released, Patriots owner Robert Kraft released a statement ripping apart the 243-page report. What would you put on there? It takes 240. It's either you did it or you didn't do it. Why would you take 243 pages? Took over 100 days to put together. What in the world could be on there about pumping
240, up? Well, if you had enough information to put together 243 pages, and you came up with the conclusion that it was more likely than not, he even said the owners in Belichick probably didn't know about it.
This Sharpie's about to dry up, or this Sharpie's not supposed to dry up. This football was inflated or was overinflated or was not overinflated. I just summed it up in 12 seconds. 243-page report. What in the world could you put in a 243-page report?
I mean, there's no denying the balls were underinflated.
I mean, what would you talk about?
What
would you talk for 243 pages about a football being pumped up or not? I mean, come on.
It's the NFL, man. Somebody had to earn a paycheck.
There you go. Justify your existence. Thank you. Anyway, Kraft says, when I addressed the media at the Super Bowl over 14 weeks ago, I stated then that I unconditionally believed that the New England Patriots had done nothing inappropriate in this process or in violation of the NFL rules, that I was disappointed in the way the league handled the initial investigation. That statement and that sentiment has not changed. So Wells came to the conclusion that, quote, Tom Brady was at least generally aware of the inappropriate activities of two Patriot equipment staffers involving the release of air from Patriot game balls. Okay, I just read that. That was, I don't know, probably 25, 30 words. How in the world can you do a report that took 243 pages to say that right there?
I don't know.
Okay. Oversimplify the obvious, I guess. So, or bungle the obvious. I don't know. Anyway, can we take a break? Let's take one more break.
We can take another break.
We'll come right back, and we'll kind of – I have visions of Mick Jagger dancing on the stage with the flapping that you see like wings in the breeze. And you don't like the Stones in any way, shape, or form because they're all dopers.
Some of the music is all right, but, I mean, when I go see them, no.
One of them fell out of the coconut tree. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And got hurt. Shinnied up a tree. I believe he was on something. He shinnied up a tree and fell out of the –
Enough said.
Look, man, I want to go up and get me a coconut up there. And next thing you know, the guy's laying – that's not funny he got hurt, but the way he got hurt, yeah.
He didn't feel it.
No, he was oblivious. Quick break. We'll be right back, and we'll come back and begin to wrap up the Tom Taylor Sports Show here on this Wednesday, right after you hear and see this.
At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of their patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from a patient mold insert, which further ensures a great recovery or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 4 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics at 1-800-524-4447. American Import Auto Repair takes a lot of pride in their work and customer service. Owner Kim Smith tells us why someone should consider American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City.
Well, of course, the first thing is you want to make sure that people are getting value for their dollar. Our emphasis is on quality, not quantity. We want to make sure that not only is the job being done, but it's done right with quality parts, with highly trained technicians. All of our technicians are ASE certified. We have several master techs, which is the highest you can get in the ASE. And ASE is a program that certifies people to the top level of their industry in car repair. We want people to feel comfortable. We never twist people's arms. Like I said, it's about quality. We want people to be happy. We want them to come back. We want a good name. You know, we're customers of other businesses. We want to be treated right, so we'd like to treat our customers right.
American Import Auto Repair, Johnson City. Call today at 913-3111.
Well, no, not what to get a horse for his birthday would be tickets to a Stones concert anywhere anytime soon, so he's not into that. Now, I may get him tickets to the new bowl games. You see this? Got 3 new bowl games ready to come out.
Got more bowl games.
More bowl games. Now, 42 postseason college football games, bowl games. Austin, Texas, Tucson, Arizona, and Orlando, Florida. All right? There have been 8 new bowl games added in the last 2 years. We're going to add 3 more this year. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
All right. The Austin game, I don't think they've been named yet necessarily because they're not saying what they are, but the Austin, Texas game will feature a matchup between teams from the American Athletic Conference and the Sun Belt. In Tucson and Orlando, representatives from Conference USA and the Mountain West will meet. Austin Bowl officials have spoken to the University of Texas officials about playing the game in Texas Stadium there in Austin. Playing at a nearby minor league baseball stadium remains a possibility, too. Really? We'll play
They're going to make some money on that one.
A college football bowl game at a minor league baseball stadium in Austin, Texas. Also, Little Rock, Arkansas was going to have another bowl or submit for another bowl and recently withdrew its application for a bowl. So, approximately 64% of the football bowl subdivisions will now be bowling. One athletic director in Phoenix for conference spring meetings wondered whether 5 and 7 teams would soon be earned bids to order to fill out the bowls. Current qualification standard is 6 and 6. So you can go as a 500 team. This AD says, well, what about sending teams that are 5 and 7?
It doesn't.
I mean, what?
Why would you reward a team for losing?
Yeah. Why would you reward them for going 500? From my point,
yeah.
I mean, at least have a winning record. They can go now at 6 and 6, but now there's this athletic director. That's right. It's all about the money. Wright Waters, the executive director of the Football Bowl Association, said, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about numbers anymore. I quit worrying about numbers. The bowl lineup has more than doubled since 1995. These 3 coming on board will be 42 college bowl games postseason. I mean, what's the point?
It used to mean something to go to a bowl game.
That's exactly right.
Doesn't mean anything anymore.
No, now they've got to fill in.
It's just another game, make some money.
Now we got to go to a 5 and 7 team just to fill in and say, hey, you're 5 and 7, you can go.
Yeah.
Well, there's no reward for. Okay.
They're setting up for blowouts, is what they're setting, so another team can come in there and whop up on somebody.
Oh, so with 6 more bowl slots, it's going to be 82 teams and 42 bowls. But anyway, that's what's coming. So there's new bowls in Tucson, in Orlando, and in Austin, Texas.
Wussification of America. Everybody gets to play.
Good grief. 64%. 6 out of 10 teams now are going to be in a position to go to a bowl game. Yeah.
All right, whatever.
Last year, 5 eligible teams were left out of the postseason system after the bowl slots were filled. So now, because they don't have enough games, they're going to create games so everybody can go. You're right. We're going to just water it down so everybody can go.
Maybe Florida can go play a bowl game this year. Gator will be happy.
Maybe Tennessee can go. Well, they did go this year, didn't they? You went. They went to that.
Yes, I did. That's an awesome ball game, too.
Iowa Hawkeyes.
Whooped up on Iowa.
TaxSlayer.com bowl, wasn't
it?
Yeah. So anyway, 3 new college football bowl games coming your way this holiday season. 1 in Tucson, 1 in Orlando, and 1 in Austin, Texas. So there you be. Now, before we get out of here, the Gator Man's been sending us things all day, and we appreciate that. Something about Go Apester, which I didn't appreciate. And so she goes, I go 2 for 5 on that dumb Elvis questions. And so did his mother get him, did Elvis get his mama 2 Cadillacs or 1 Cadillac? All right, there you go. She got me. She got me good. Well, you tell me about the Gator Man. You're down there all the time getting your hair.
Yeah, I may go after it there tomorrow or Friday. I don't know yet. But Gator Man got him a barbershop. It's there near Tipton Haynes Farm there on South Roan Street.
Mm-hmm.
And you walk in, and if you got the barber poles out, you know he's in there. If the barber pole's inside, knock on the door because sometimes he's still in there. He just forgets to put it out.
Sitting in the chair, clipping away.
But you good old-fashioned haircut, nice shop. For the most part, it's a one-holer. You go in there and have to wait because usually there's somebody else in front of you. But great haircuts, and if you want to shave, he does the old-fashioned straight razor shaves, and soften up that beard with some hot towels and hot lather. He just does it right. Get
a lot of things solved down there. A lot of folks discussing the events of the day in sports, and they have us on down there.
Typical barbershop.
Yeah, we appreciate them very much. Again, your haircuts are free. The cup will cost you $11. Get to keep the cup. Old-fashioned haircut, straight razor shave, hot towels on your face. That little gizmo puts across your back, the back massage, and the shoulder rub, very nice. Monday through Friday, or Tuesday through Friday from 8:30 to 5. Monday's now open from 10 to 5. And then Tuesdays through Friday, 8:30 to 5. And Saturdays, 8:30 to 1. He is closed on Sundays for Church Day. Our boy, the Gator man at Cherokee Barbershop, South Roan Street in Johnson City. And as Horace said, if the barber pole's out, he's in. And we appreciate that very much. All right, another show in the books. Man, oh man, this thing flew by. 61 days we've been visiting with you, and it's put a fork in it. It's done. Today's show brought to you by Bracken Asphalt Maintenance and our buddy the Apester, who got me 2 for 5 on the quiz show. And it stays.
Boom!
Boom is what she says. 8 still stays up on the board on the Bracken Paving scoreboard. Wells Fargo, again, the Center Street Wealth Management Group, Bays Mountain Park, Max Medicine Mart, Cherokee Barbershop we just talked about, Bristol Dragway, American Import and Auto Repair, Kingsport Cabinetry, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, Book Lovers Warehouse, Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, and by Larry Kaiser Nationwide Insurance. Horace hit the magic button. We'll do it all over again tomorrow at 3 o'clock. We will say now goodbye. We'll do it all over again tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We'll be here with you from 1 to 3 tonight. Check it out on iTunes, TuneIn Radio, YouTube, Stitcher phone app. Check us out. We'll be right there this evening as it's put up on the podcast. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. As always, we'll tell you, win or lose, be a good sport. See you tomorrow at 1 o'clock right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. So long, everybody.